It is now my distinct pleasure to invite someone up who is a champion of our schools and the enemy of timed itineraries everywhere.
Please give a warm round of applause to the good doctor himself, our local celebrity, the man who calls all the snow days. Thank you, Dr. Rundle. Superintendent Rundle.
I've heard that, Julius. And also heard those of you who laughed. Good morning. It's a great day to be an Islander. This morning we're surrounded by friends, neighbors, our students, most importantly, but we're surrounded by each other and those of you from across the region. I think our Breakfast of Champions, we've tried to name it different things over the years, and it keeps coming back. And I think it's so fitting because we're champions of our students, we're champions of our schools, we're champions of our district, and we're champions of our community. But to state the obvious, the outcome of last week's bond is certainly on all of our minds. It's clear that a majority of voters voted yes for our schools. They voted yes for our facilities. But in the state of Washington, you need a supermajority, not just a majority. But let me put that in context. Over half the registered voters on Mercer Island voted in this election, and 13% more said yes than said no, 56.5%. So at this time, to lift the energy in this room a little bit, I'd like to ask any staff member, any of our partners who are here today, any of our CMIPS volunteers, those who supported the bond development clear back to 2023, if they'd please stand so we can recognize all of the tireless effort that went into this. Please stand. Thank you for your tenacity, your tirelessness, your dedication, your belief in our students and schools. We are truly deeply grateful. I knew that one way or the other, whether the bond passed or not, that it was going to shape this morning in some ways. And I wasn't exactly sure how. And then I woke up about 2 a.m. last Friday morning during one of my midnight brainstorms. And it hit me. A bond is one path to improving our schools. And it's an important one, but it's not the only one. We are not deterred, we're not defeated, we are determined. We remain firmly committed to delivering a world-class education here on Mercer Island, thanks to you and the Mercer Island Schools Foundation. And yes, there are communities and there's community members at our state, at our country, who would rather see our schools fail than succeed. But I want you to look around this morning. I want you to look around this room, and I want you to know that this is living proof that we will not let that happen. It will not happen on our watch. News out of Olympia in the legislative session may not have been exactly what we wanted, but we took important steps forward, and I want to thank Representative Zahn, Representative Tai, Senator Wellman, and the others who went to bat for public education. We have more work to do, but we have hope on the horizon, both in the short term as well in the long term, as we look forward to our levy in 2027. We have a gap to fill. We have programs and staff that we need to keep in place to keep that belief in our students and the programs they deserve. But that's why we're here today. We're also here today because we share a deep and unwavering passion for our students, for our staff, for our schools, for our community, and for the power of public education. In fact, let me share some of this powerful proof with you this morning. I want to make sure that when you leave here today, for those who may have any doubt about the incredible education that our kids get, you have facts and figures to remind them of why what we produce each and every day across our classrooms matters. Did you know in 2012, Mercer Island High School students took 469 AP tests. Last year, they took 1,420, and this year they will take more than 1,500 AP tests next month. Did you know, and the state asked me not to say anything until May 5th, but I'm going to say it anyway. All 4 of our elementary schools will be recognized on May 5th as schools of distinction, with 2 being honored for their extraordinary growth. Did you know 88.9 The Bridge, our high school radio station, was named Best High School Radio Station in the nation, not by one organization, but by 2 in the last calendar year? Did you know that in the 58-year history of the Memphis Circus, they had the largest attendance ever on Saturday? Did you know that for the second year in a row, an IMS student was selected as a finalist from thousands of worldwide entries in the New York Times Tiny Memoir Contest? Speaking of IMS, did you know, despite having lower enrollment at IMS than the previous 10 to 12 years, they're offering more high school algebra and geometry classes than ever before? Yeah. And let's talk about enrollment, because the narrative, all these students are leaving the district, simply is not true. Did you know the percentage of students leaving the district from one year to the next is lower than pre-COVID? Did you know excluding our kindergartners, new students are outnumbering new entries 2 to 1 for those who are leaving? Did you know 12% of students who live on Mercer Island choose an option other than Mercer Island School District? But that's a number that's consistent from pre-COVID as well. And if we're going to talk about enrollment, we need to talk about finances. Did you know since 22-23, our finance and district teams have worked to increase fund balance from being in the red to $3.6 million? While this is still not enough to cover 1 month of operating costs, we're headed in the right direction. Did you know while many districts are in and around our region are deficit spending, even headed into binding condition of being taken over by the state, we're going to grow fund balance again for the third straight year. Thank you to our finance team. Did you know that just yesterday, one of our very own recent graduates appeared on CNN? Oh yeah, she's also an assistant editor for The Atlantic. Oh yeah, and she's only 23. Did you know that, well, you didn't know this because we haven't announced all of this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So did you know that on the EES survey, our parents' response this year to the question or to the statement, "This school is doing a good job of preparing my students for a successful future," that rose by 13%. I know Tammy's telling me I need to hurry, so I'm only going to pick a few more of these. You love that, I know. Did you know that 94% of our students report it is almost always true, often true, or sometimes true that they have a trusted adult at school that they can talk to when they have a problem? Did you know that 95% of our students feel their teachers provide lessons and activities that challenge them to learn? These results are not by accident. They are a product of the incredible students, our dedicated staff, our supportive families, and a community that believes in education. And its investment of time, energy, and resources are always there, making our schools exceptional. So today we're gathering today on behalf of our Mercer Island Schools Foundation. And let's remember this. For 3 years, we have been committed to removing barriers, separating our students from their potential, working to instill a belief in every student, ensuring our schools are places of belonging, and giving platforms and opportunities for students to broadcast their voices. Student voice is on full display today. The challenges we face do not define us. Our response does. Let's move forward together with urgency and purpose, and with pride in what we are building together. We're not defined by a single vote. We are defined by our values, we're defined by our commitment, and we're defined by our vision for the future. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for supporting our schools, our students, and our profession. Thank you.